what is it about this fixture and the game like 2 years ago, 27-26? Just how close and how sort of roller coaster it is.
Yeah, very similar to that. I was actually thinking about 2010 when Wales came back to win. I think it was 2010. So yeah, look, I think you've got two teams who want to move the ball. You've got a unique atmosphere. I think when Scotland play Wales, it was very noisy, and obviously when the home team starts well, that just gives so much energy to the players and to the crowd. It's a cracking game. Like Six Nations is such a special tournament. The games last week were at such a high level. You've got upsets. Again today went right down to the wire. So if you remove yourself from the team, it was a great game. From our perspective, we're obviously delighted to have got the win.
And I know it's professional sport, but have you got any sympathy for Steve Tandy, who has been looking for that win for so long?
Look, definitely no sympathy. I've got a lot of praise for Steve. I thought tactically they were outstanding. Like they moved the ball quickly at the beginning of the game, and then they played around the ruck, which was tough to defend at times. I thought the set piece was excellent, and then defensively, which we probably haven't seen from them, they targeted our breakdown, and they kept their width in defence. So yeah, they set up the team very well, and they've got some excellent players. We knew Wales would play well today, and we know the quality they have in the team, and well, they deserve to be ahead. And it took a huge effort from us to get back in the game and obviously get ahead in the scoreboard.
What was the key to getting back ahead and winning the game, and how important was the impact of the bench?
Yeah, I think mentally we had to just make sure that we stuck with what we knew would get us into the game and stayed as a team. I think that was important. I think if players had gone out of the system defensively or in attack, then we wouldn't have got our rewards. I felt it was a real squad effort. So you think about the bench that came on and made a big difference, but also different ways that we scored. So our forwards through the maul, through the pick and goes close to the try line, and then our backs who were finding space, and Pot will be disappointed that we didn't make more of those line breaks in the first half. In the second half, I just loved seeing players in those wide channels getting into space. And then there was obviously, I think, a big moment in the game, the kick-off. Finn getting up to halfway line, seeing that space, connecting with Darcy, and Darcy finishing off. And a huge moment, a scrum penalty by reserve front row, who did a great job there to give us momentum.
At times in games like that, when things maybe aren't going your way, you just need a moment from somebody like Finn, because he obviously scored the try and then the restart.
Yeah, I think it's a moment from everyone. Like there's probably other moments in there, whether it's a kick chase, picture Josh Bayliss doing so well, Rory Darge continuing the work he did defensively in the first half into the second half, having the composure after we scored a try when the ref hadn't restarted the game, something we'd worked on all week, which was we were celebrating it, and then we had to go back to the maul and have that composure to actually finish off a line them all into a try. So all of these are moments, and you just got to make sure you stack more than the opposition, and that should lead to points, and it did today.
You made a couple of changes towards the end of the first half. What was the kind of thinking behind those?
Yeah, I just felt we needed to change something. Wales had a lot of momentum, and look, we know the quality of the guys on our bench. Pierce Koeman, we've had him on the bench the last 2 weeks for that impact, and we were looking around half-time anyway, and we just felt the game had really opened up early, and someone like Josh can make an impact there. Gregor going back to the second row for that period, he started there last week. So yeah, I think it is such a 23-man game now, whether players play 30 minutes off the bench or 50 minutes off the bench. You know that fresh legs are going to be important, and if the game isn't going your way, you probably look to the bench quicker to see if you can change anything with individuals coming on fresh.
Was that something you looked at during the week and like a pre-planned, or was it a reaction to the...
No, more a reaction. I think we go into the game looking at players coming on at different times, but it'll be dependent on how well the team are playing, really. and we were the second best team in the first half. That was clear. So we needed something to change, and one thing you can do is bring people off the bench.
Any more questions for Gregor?
Gregor,
Can we get the mic to you, please?
Pardon?
The mic.
Oh, sorry. Gregor, a lot to make before the game about you sort of backing up results, and especially against England, backing up results. Do you sort of feel you've sort of overcome a major hurdle there today by doing that? Maybe showing a bit of mentality.
I think we came over hurdle today with having to come back against a quality team and how we played in that second half. We probably won't look at the history side of it. We know that was there, and we wanted to obviously build on that performance last week. But at Wales, it had all the momentum in that first half, and yeah, I think I was just so proud to see the team staying together, finding solutions, not taking the easy way out. They fought to the end, and they were desperate to get the win. But it was more than that. It was control. It was intelligence. And it was obviously a very close victory, but one that will do us a lot of good.
Just like Rory Darge was also outstanding last week, man of the match today. He's quite an understated guy, doesn't always get the kind of praise he deserves, but how pleased have you been with his performance levels both today and throughout these championships?
Yeah, look, I did think after last week this is going to be really hard for someone like Rory to play a third test match in a row, given the amount of hits he took last week. But he's an ultimate pro. Like, he was training fully by Tuesday and Wednesday of last week, and he's growing as a leader. Like, when I left the change room at half time after I'd spoken to the players, it was Rory that got stuck into them as well, and obviously Sione would have the last word. But it's great when you're seeing those leaders, the vice captains, finding a different way today of finding solutions on the field, and Rory really motivating the pack to be better in that second half. So it's not just actions, it's words that he delivered today.
All good? Thank you. We'll do a written huddle outside.